So it's not like,
It's going to hit you.
No. I mean, it'll hit you like a ton of bricks if you don't drink.
I don't drink. That's a fact.
You'll be like, this is juice. I'm okay. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You're silly. You're silly. But, yeah. Back to Europe.
Yeah.
So your mom speaks 5 languages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not fact checking her.
Yeah.
I believe her.
No, she does. She does.
How many languages do you speak?
Me, I speak fluently. I speak 3 fluently. Obviously English, and I speak French and Spanish.
And then what's the other ones you don't speak fluently?
Oh well, no. I only speak French and Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was learning German, but I couldn't do it.
Oh, no, sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Nah, man.
Nein.
I was in class, and I was just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the I don't know. I just didn't like the language. I just didn't. No offense to them. It just wasn't working with me when I tried learning it.
Right.
It's
not what they call that. It's not a romance language.
Yes, it's definitely not a romance language.
Right. Yeah. So you're like, oh, romance language. Gotcha.
Gotcha. French and Spanish. I'm good.
Yeah.
The main ones. Yeah.
Okay. And so you work in a healthcare, right? And then your mom said you do something else.
So I also I'm a health and wellness consultant. So that's my own business that I'm running. I'm trying to get it off the feet.
Is that like personal trainer?
Personal training, nutrition, pretty much anything that in regards to like life coaching in a way. So it's different. Okay. Yeah. So it's I don't want to consider myself a life coach because I'm 27 years old and I haven't experienced shit yet. So
you've probably experienced a little more than you give yourself credit for.
That's true, but I feel like I can't be a life coach to someone that's much older than me. Like I could help them in regards to like getting their body right and everything else, but like career wise, like I'm still trying to find my own way.
Okay, I can respect that.
So that's kind of why I kind of gear more to just stick with the health part.
Right.
And I'll give myself practice more, and then I'll be more of a life coach.
Okay. What's your go to, like if you had to have a week that you're hurting, right? Your body's sore and like, okay, I still want to go work out. What's that like? What are you gonna go do? What's that week of like? What's your light week like?
My light week. All right, let's see. I'll probably do a lot more cardio than anything.
Running.
Running. I'll probably do some. Running. It depends on how bad I'm aching. Like if it's my ankles and my lower body, I'll probably just do a lot more like bicycle because it's low impact. Especially if you have bad knees, it's way better. It's really good for your knees because it's just no impact, no up and down.
How about How about elliptical?
Elliptical too because there's no banging of the knees. Or like so, if you have bad knees, I wouldn't recommend running on the treadmill. Something like that because it's just that impact is not too good.
And then if you're already heavy, like it's going to cause extra stress and strain.
Exactly.
Okay.
But like a really sore week, it's been a while because I have to dig deep because it's been a while I've been actually really, really sore because my activity level is so consistent. But it'll be a lot more mobility work. So I'll do some jump roping. Obviously, I said cardio, so that's another form of cardio. I'll do stretching. Band work, so like just like elastic bands that help on my shoulder mobility, my lower body mobility, my lower back. It varies honestly. It's
how tall are you, Joshua?
6'3".
6'3".
Yeah.
So technically, for a basketball player, you're kind of short, right?
So
you're like borderline short, like on the edge.
No, because average height in the NBA, last time I checked, I think it was about 6'6".
Okay.
So I'm like right in the middle a little bit. But
to me you're tall.
Yeah, it's the average person. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. So like Stephen Curry, he's 6'3". No, actually he's 6'1", 6'2".
Oh,
so,
well, then there you go.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit taller than some of the guys in the league.
Would you say that it helps that if you're shorter that you're more agile?
To an extent, yeah. But that also comes down to just how your body composition is set up. Because you could be short, but you might still be like kind of just heavier. Like it's like I'm 6'3" and I'm 218 pounds. So like for an average for compared to other basketball players, I'm a heavier player.
I would love to weigh 218. That was actually
your goal.
No, it wasn't my goal. That was my weight.
Okay.
About 6 years ago, before I met my girlfriend.
Okay.
Or right as I met
It's
her.
your girlfriend's fault. Blame it on her.
Oh, no. You have to take responsibility. It's fun to blame it on somebody else, but it never works out. It never works. Because in the end, it's just you right there.
That's
yourself.
definitely true. That's definitely
Even if somebody's a bad influence, it's your own goddamn fault. Take responsibility.
But yeah, so like in regards to average basketball player, I'm a heavier body weight. That's another reason why I kind of came back from overseas, because for my longevity, for my joints and stuff, it's better if I just drop a couple pounds.
Okay.
Just not even it's just for longevity. If I want to be able to play for another 10, 15 years, I need to drop weight.
Gotcha.
Just like all the NBA players do. Kobe Bryant did it at one point. LeBron James did it, where they dropped 10, 15 pounds because they're like, all right, I'm playing at a high level. This is great. But if I could play at a high level at 10 pounds less, and it's better for my joints, my knees, my ankles, why not?
So you're playing in Europe and Spain. You speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Spanish. Do you speak Spanish?
I speak Spanish.
Azul.
Yeah, it was funny.
So weird
it's
sounding.
completely different. And they don't even.
You're from Latin America.
Yeah.
So it's like, ooh.
Like when I used to go out and especially with my teammates, a couple of my teammates were from like Australia, New Zealand. They didn't really speak. They didn't speak Spanish, so I was obviously translate or whatever. And even when I was speaking to the locals, they looked at me weird because they're like, "What are you saying?" And I'm like, "I'm speaking Spanish." They're like, "Oh, they call it Catalan or something. It's a different form of Spanish that they call it."
They're so fucking cocky. They're so cocky.
I just don't. I tried like imitating the. I can't do it.
It's just, if you want to talk like this, you just take your tongue and stick it out.
Yeah.
And if you I listened to Enrique Iglesias sing, and I'm like, what? You think? I told a Spaniard once, and I'm part Spanish, like Spaniard. Like my grandmother's last name is Inchautegui, which is from the Basque region of Spain.
Okay.
So like that name, you could follow it, right? And I told somebody from Spain once, and I was like, I figured out why you guys talk like this. I said there was a king once in Spain, and he had a horrible lisp.
Really?
And he decided, fuck you guys. It's not azul. It's azul. And that's why everybody speaks with a lisp, because it's not natural for anybody to want to go, I'm going to talk like this and my tongue sticking out my mouth.
Yeah, I just...
It just had... So, and there was one, there was Pedro. Pedro decided, hey, said something in Spanish and said it with a Z instead of "the," and they're like, off with his head. And they're like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Everybody's gonna be like, oh shit. I always use azul as an example, but there's more words. I just can't think of it.
Yeah, it was...
I know more Spanish than I can actually speak.
Yeah?
Like, I understand it.
Oh, but you could... Got you.
But, like, I'm just, like, totally brain fart. Yeah.
Takes practice.
Puerto Rican... Oh, anything takes... And Puerto Rican Spanish is, like,
different. A little bit different,
it's
too.
Definitely different.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What do you think is the hardest Spanish to understand? I love asking people the question. Puerto Rican or Dominican?
Oh, Dominicans sing. Dominicans sing. Like if I had to, I'm saying it in English, but if I was talking the way Dominican talk, like, hey, what's going on, Joshua? How you doing today? Oh shit, man, we were having a good time. Yeah. What our friends over? Oh shit, que tigre. So vaina, like.
I think with Dominican, I definitely agree with you on that. I can't even lie.
I like Dominican Spanish though, because I work with a bunch of Dominicans. So I listen to certain words it's kind of fun to hear somebody kind of sing it out. But Colombians, I think, are the fastest speaking Spanish people.
You think so? Over Mexicans?
Yeah. I hear Colombians talking. I'm like, what? But the hardest to understand are Chileans.
Really?
For me.
Really?
Like, I hear them talking. I'm like, what fucking language was that?
Really?
And I'm like, it almost sounds like Spanish, but something about it sounds off. It sounds... I can understand Castilian Spanish, but Chileans and people from Argentina and stuff. I think it's Argentina. It's like, what?
But Argentina, they sound more like the Spaniards in Spain. Like in Europe. I feel like a little bit. Like they have that list. Sometimes some words they have it.
Right.
Like obviously in Spain they have it on a consistent basis. But like I speaking to a few Argentinians, and sometimes they throw it in, sometimes they don't throw in the list. It's kind of weird, but they have like their own little dialect. Like,
but this is from a person who speaks shitty Spanish. I'm on like kindergarten level
Yeah,
Spanish.
yeah, yeah.
You know, I can sing like a Mark Anthony song in Spanish, and that's it. And I'm like, what does that song mean? I don't know, but I know all the words. So there's that.
Okay.
But it's my own cross to bear as far as, you know, being mixed.
Okay.
You know, it's a long story, but
No, of course.
once upon a time in the hood in Brownsville, there was a little boy named Carlos who spoke half Spanish and half English
Spanglish.
in a mostly black neighborhood and used to get shit for it.
Of course.
And then somewhere in my brain, it just kind of like
shut down.
it makes it harder.
Yep.
That's it. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
As you should. Nobody can change it now.
That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So look, we were rocking out for a minute. We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
They won't fuck with you till you want. They won't fuck with you till you want. So I carry on to protect my heart. Turn my emotions into war. Let my feelings glow in the dark. They won't fuck with you till you want. So I carry on to protect my heart. Turn my emotions into art. Let my feelings glow in the dark. All this going around me, sitting flowing in the passions. Walking through flowers, I burn a spliff into their ashes. Rising like a phoenix from the fire and the passion. Think about my next move, save money, stash it. Don't really need your cosign, but solid out the gate. Just stacking up these dollars, I be eating from my plate. Surrounded with love when you mentioning my name. Don't need that negativity, your energy is fake. Never begging, we don't do the favors. Nike slides like escalators. Going to the top like an elevator. Oh, fuck a hater, I'm about to pay.
All right, and we're back with Joshua Wright. Say that correctly. I want to say that right. And we're at our last beer. Well, I'm at my last beer because Joshua doesn't drink. Yeah. And that's okay because we are a church of all-inclusiveness. Even in the church of beers, we will have somebody that does not drink alcohol from time to time. So our last beer is Blue Point Lager. It's a toasted lager. It's American-style amber ale from Blue Point Brewing Company. Say that 10 times fast. And it is a 5.5 ABV. So, all that being said, I like to end every podcast with a toast before we talk about our last little bit of stuff. And so this comes from Frank Sinatra. The toast is, alcohol may be man's worst enemy, but the Bible says love your enemy. Cheers.
Cheers.
So, that being said, I want to go into, you used to play basketball. Professionally is what we considered, right?
Yeah.
For how many months now?
I did. Well, I'm not playing now.
No. I mean, how many months?
Oh,
when you're in Europe,
it was
Spain.
about 2 months. 2 months.
2 months. And what made you leave?
I'll be honest with you. I had a lot of bills to pay back home.
Oh, so it wasn't paying the bills.
It wasn't paying the bills, and I just honestly, to be honest with myself, I just wasn't in the best shape or good enough yet. Exactly, like.
But you had the job.
Well, it was I had a job, but they wanted much more, and they wanted more from me, which obviously they should.
Right.
But also, they were gonna kind of work me to death to pay me little.
Wow.
So it was like I was like.
So going back to that, what would you do differently? Like,
well, now I'm working to get in better shape, just sharpen up my skills, so that I'm gonna get in contact with an agency. Okay. So that agency will definitely help me get out there to a better opportunity. Because the last time when I went out there, I did it by myself.
Oh, okay. And where do you think you might see yourself? Like, if you had to envision yourself or like post something on your vision board, where would you like to be in, as far as European basketball?
EuroLeague. So that's the top of the top. That's the best. That's the second best league in the world after the NBA.
Gotcha. And they are getting way better than they used to be.
They're way better. They're giving NBA guys competition.
They really are. Like, I've noticed that. Yeah, man. Like, usually it was like the Olympics is like, oh, whatever. But now it's like, oh, who's this Yugoslavian guy? This guy from Turkestan or whatever. Exactly. One of the stands.
One of those countries,
like tearing it up on the court. So
yeah, I envision myself playing in the EuroLeague. And just playing for as long as I can and stay healthy. Obviously, I just want to experience it because it's been a dream of mine to just play professionally, to call myself a legit professional.
Right.
Like it's paying the bills and I'm comfortable and I'm enjoying it. Is what I really envision.
That's dope. Yeah. Now I know we originally started just kind of like talking about your mom and kind of get into that, but we go down whatever hole we go down when we start talking about stuff.
Forget my mom.
Aren't you had a time to talk earlier?
Yeah.
But it's cool. You get to kind of see what the process is. I know you're